First of all, I just recorded not a whole video, but half of a video, and then the recording just clicked off. And I'm already not in the mood because I just left the gym and I'm tired. Why would it do that? Y'all already know where we at. We in the car. Oh, I'm so tired. And I really need to put this sweatshirt on because it's not good to leave the gym uncovered, but I'm too tired. Why would the video do that? Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Y'all know where I stand. I'm tired. And it's no secret, I don't like to go to the gym, but you know what I'm learning? It's not about, and this is gonna be a quick video, it's not about what you don't want to do or don't like to do. It's about what you're willing to do, and then most importantly, it's about what you will do. So with that, y'all, I be taking my lip gloss in the gym. Do. Because I do not like my lips dry. My lower back is a little sore today, which makes me believe that I did not do something correctly, or I put too much weight or something. Anyway. So with that being said, I want you all to think about something. And I want you to be very transparent with yourself and very transparent with God. Now, this is not meant to be a negative video for you to think about all the things that you don't want to do, don't like to do, or whatever the case may be. I can't wait to go home and take a shower. Oh, y'all, just give me a second. I'm tired. I'm just so tired. So I want you to be transparent with yourself. And I want you to be transparent with God. And if you find time throughout your day or throughout your week, and don't OD it, but I want you to really have a conversation and ask yourself, what is it that you just simply don't want to do? And I can give a couple examples, but these are obviously limited. One example, and this is not tailored to me, but one example is I just don't want to pay bills. I want to just be able to live free and not pay bills. Right? That's one example. Another example could be I don't want to put the work in that it takes to produce a book. Or I don't want to, I have a business or I'm an entrepreneur, but I don't want to go through the up and down waves of business. Sometimes I'm in the red, sometimes I'm in the green, sometimes I break even, sometimes I can't even pay myself. I don't want to put the work in a relationship because I don't think the other person is putting the work in, and that could be intimate or platonic. I don't really want to fill out a bunch of job applications because I want a better job that pays more money. I don't always want to raise these kids or children or nieces and nephews. I don't want to be responsible. I don't want to be accountable. So whatever it is, I want you to just take I don't want to go to the gym. I don't want to have to watch what I eat. So whatever it is, I want you to think about yourself. Just think about yourself and be honest. Because what I posed a few minutes ago was, it's not about what you don't want to do. It's about what you're willing to do and what you will do. Why am I saying that? Because there are so many things in our life that we just simply don't want to do. Watch this. There's even things in our life that we have to be responsible to do that somebody else put in us. What do I mean? Some of the ways that we are as adults is because of what someone put in us in our childhood, or what we were exposed to. So now we have to put the work in to be better, to change our mindsets, to forgive situations and people. And you like, I was just a kid. I didn't even sign up for that. Working through hurt and trauma that somebody else caused. Right? So there's always going to be something to where we kind of feel like, yo, I don't want to do this. And there's going to be things where we feel like, yo, it's not even fair that I'm even responsible and tasked with the responsibility to even do this. Or, hey, we had this child and I thought we were going to do this together, but now it seems like most of the weight is falling on me. I don't want to do that, and that's not fair. So I want you to just be honest with yourself. Think about things that you don't want to do from a mental, emotional, physical, and even a spiritual perspective. I don't always want to pray. I want to trust God, but I find there are times where I'm so scared that my fear grips me, my ability to even trust God. I don't want to have to deal with that. I just want to be able to trust him and leave it at that. I don't want extra things to creep up in my mind. I just want it to be like, trust him, just like I can get up, get in the car, not think about nothing. That's how I want my trust to be, right? So you're not alone when you're experiencing things that you're just saying to yourself, I simply just don't want to do this. I don't want to sign up for this. I didn't sign up for this. How is this even my fault? Why should I have to do this? Like, is there anybody else? Yes, there is somebody else. Me and you. But here's what I want you to think about. You might not even be at that place just yet of go ahead and do it anyway. Maybe we're not there yet in some of the areas of our lives. And guess what? That's okay to a degree, obviously. But now after you make that list of those things and you have a conversation, which I really think is really good when we verbalize things out loud in your own safe space where you're talking to yourself and you're talking to God, because I just think it's important for us to hear, right? Hearing does a lot. Hearing does a lot when you can actually hear what you're saying. Sometimes that could put into perspective. Sometimes it could put something into perspective because you could kind of hear yourself and think, oh, that sounded kind of crazy. Now I'm taking it too far. Or sometimes it can make you feel sad and trigger an emotion that you didn't know was there, whether it's sadness, whether it's anger, whatever the scenario may be. But it helps starts to have your mind begin to think about what it is that you're saying versus suppressing it, right? Versus ignoring it, versus throwing it in your subconscious and never even coming to terms with what it is that you're feeling. So then after you do that, I want you to have a second realistic, honest, transparent conversation with yourself and God. And I want you to now come into the reality. Obviously, you don't have to overdo it. It's okay. You don't have to overdo it. Let's just start little by little. And then based on where you're at, obviously, we're going to push ourselves a little bit more. But now I want you to separate that. And I want you to ask yourself, with the information I just gave and I just articulated, that's between me and God in my safe space that right now nobody knows but me and God. What actually am I willing to do? Example. Let's just use one as an example. Someone did something to me when I was younger, and it has affected who I am as an adult. Now, obviously, you're going to go into detail because I want you to go into detail about what you really feel. And I don't think that that's fair to me. Why should I have to learn how to show affection properly when nobody ever loved me and nobody ever showed me they loved me? Nobody ever verbalized it. So now I have to now undo what I was exposed to. So that's just the first part. Here comes the second part of what you're willing. Willingness says, because right now we're not at the actually doing part. Willingness says, but you know what? What do I know is logically and spiritually correct? Well, I'm willing to at least acknowledge that I can't keep holding on to what someone did to me. I'm willing to at least tell myself this bothers me. I'm willing to at least allow myself to feel this emotion. I'm willing to at least tell myself it's going to be okay. But you deserve to be upset. And you deserve to be angry. I'm willing to forgive myself for even some of the mistakes that I've made because of what this person or persons has exposed me to. I'm willing to acknowledge that it actually has affected me as an adult. And it's affected my relationships with my family, with my friends, with my children. Watch this, with myself. Now we're going to move to phase 3. Phase 3 is, what will you do? Okay? And you don't have to do this in a 24-hour span. You know, just go at your pace, but go at a healthy pace so that you can actually see that you're putting in the work and the effort. So now we're going to go with, what will I do? What I will do is ask God to help me to let this go. And when he gives me the answer, I actually practice that on a daily. I get up and I remind myself, I look in the mirror, whatever means that he gives me, whether it's sticky notes, getting therapy. If I go to therapy, I'm actually going to be honest with my therapist about what has happened to me or about what I was exposed to. I'm actually going to, now I'm going to hold myself accountable and say, you're not going to keep letting this affect your livelihood and affect your relationships. So therefore, you're going to start making changes. So where let's just say if the category is affection, I'm going to make sure that I hug my children at least 3 times a week. Because now what we will do is an action. What will you do? That should be in action. What I will do is not beat myself up for something that I didn't cause. What I will do is learn to love myself. And we tell people that all the time, but I was talking to somebody the other day and I said, we just be telling people, you just got to learn to love yourself. And I'm like, people really don't even know what that means, because I really don't. That could look so different. And I said, what if the answer to learning to love yourself isn't just put some quality time in, take yourself to dinner, learn to be by yourself? What if one of the forms of willing to just love you is just simply accepting who you are? You know why, you know why I love God so much? Because you know why it makes me love him even the more? Because he loves me in my flaws, when I'm jacked up, and when I'm doing great, when I'm failing. And I'm like, man, God, you still love me despite all of that? That's the kind of love I want to have for myself, where I don't guilt trip myself, where I don't beat myself up, when I'm not so hard on myself to the point where I'm just like, man, I can't even move forward. When I'm just not willing to forgive people for the things that they did, realizing that it's hindering my life. But I'm like, you know what? I'm worthy to be loved, and somebody's gonna love me, and I'm gonna start with myself. Girl, look at you. Boy, look at you. I'm going to build myself up. I'm going to hype myself up, just like God does me. When I'm feeling down, God speaks to me. He tells me how amazing he thinks I am. He reminds me of how much he loves me. He doesn't do fault finding. He doesn't try to throw it in my face. He just loves me unconditionally, and that is what makes me love him even the more. Like, God, when I was doing the most, you wasn't even tripping. You were still waiting on me. You was waiting to embrace me. You were waiting to tell me how happy you are that I'm back, that I found myself within you, even though I was doubtful, even though I wasn't faithful. God, you make me feel safe. You make me feel protected. You don't make me feel like I have to live a lie. You know my filth, my private thoughts, the things that I do when nobody's watching, whether it's past, present. You even love me for things I'm going to do in the future. Man, I don't know how you cannot, I don't know how that doesn't make you love him even the more. Shoot, sometimes I love God more than I love myself. He's so gentle with me, and I could be so hard on myself. He corrects me in love, and sometimes I could just beat myself up. But I told the Lord, I said, Lord, I'm wanting to love me the way you love me. Because when we do that, that's how we can be able to have a healthy relationships, where we can decipher how people should treat us, where we can teach people how to treat us, where we can have a healthy voice of wisdom and reasoning of what you should accept and what you shouldn't accept, where you can then say, you know what, I don't have to settle for this. Yeah, it may be a little bit hard to be by myself for a little bit and raise these kids or start a new venture or get a new job, but guess what? The way God loves me, he ain't gonna leave me out. He ain't gonna leave me out to dry. See, man will leave you out there bad. And when I say man, I mean man or woman. Let you do something. Let you not do something that a person think you should do. They gonna cut you off. They gonna handle you rough. They gonna talk to you crazy. Or they can just be silent. And even they silent treatment could be the worst. And I kind of went off a little bit just talking about the subject of loving yourself. But just do an assessment and ask yourself, what is it that I don't want to do? What is it I think is unfair that I even have to do? What would I be willing to do? And then what will I do? Because start somewhere. But what I don't want you to do is I don't want you to be stuck at the place of step one. What you don't want to do, what you're not going to do, and what you feel like it's unfair. Because that's the trick of the enemy. See, the enemy wants to keep you bound right in those moments so you can keep rehearsing. It's not fair. Who really loves me? Why did they cheat? Why did they lie? Why am I not good enough? Look at my body. Look at my hair. Look at my voice. My business ain't like other people's. Man, that ain't fair. So therefore, what he wants to do is he wants to rob you of your energy, of your efforts. He wants to rob you of the promise God made you because of the changes that you're making so that you can revert back and find yourself stagnant and complacent. So if he could just keep telling you what's not fair, this is exhausting, why is it all on me, I'm just one person, I can only do so much, ain't nobody gonna come see about me. See, he wants you to rehearse that instead of you saying, you know what, and if nobody's gonna come see about me, what am I willing to do? I'm willing to believe that God will always see about me. What will I do? I'm gonna step out on faith, and I'm gonna believe that no matter what I'm doing, God gonna come through for me. By stepping out on faith, I'm going to go hard in my business, go hard concerning my life, go hard concerning my mental well-being by reading books, being healthy, going to the gym, eating right, drinking water, changing your diet, whatever that may look like for you. Or, hey, maybe eat a little bit of ice cream. Maybe take yourself out on a nice little dinner and splurge and spend a little bit of money, building up your self-worth, building up your self-esteem. So whatever it is you got to do, but don't let the devil make you rehearse what's not fair and what's causing you to be exhausted. Because see, if he can do that, he's won half the battle. If he can do that, if he can rob you of your energy, rob you of your efforts, rob you of your healthy way of thinking, rob you of exhaustion, oh, he gonna have a field day. So therefore, when God is saying, hey, but come on, I'm here to help you. You too tired. You too exhausted. You can't even find the strength. And that's when you know you got to depend on God. Because God is saying, hey, you don't have the strength that I have. But if you depend on me and pull on my strength, you can do all things through Christ. Yeah, I know you may feel the urges. Yeah, I know you may feel the doubt. Yes, I know you may feel the fear. And watch this. The other flip side of it is sometimes we could be overzealous where we doing too much. So understand it's a balance where the devil could be telling you, YOLO, live your life. Oh, well, date a whole bunch of men, date a whole bunch of women. Don't take care of your body. You only got one life to live. I'm not finna date somebody and I don't test out the car before we get married. Y'all know what I'm talking about. See, the devil can also trick you opposite. Oh, well, if I die tomorrow, I'm finna spend all of my money. Too bad, so sad. Now you can't even manage your life and pay your bills. Now you struggling, right? Or I'm finna go out and I'm finna party all day and all night. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with enjoying yourself and having fun within reason. But see, everything ain't always got to come from a down and out perspective. So you got to watch that too. Oh, well, I'm finna just shop. Oh, well, I'm finna just lay around all day because I deserve a break. Now you ain't getting nothing done. Okay? Oh, well, I'm in a new mood. 2024, I'm cutting people off. Hold on. Be mindful of who you're cutting off and if that's what God is wanting you to do, because you don't want to cut off somebody that is for you because you got inner trauma and you now cutting off the wrong person, or you inviting, watch this, too many people in your life where now you talking too much. So everything is not always from the perspective of doomsday, because some of us will do too much in other areas and that will hinder us as well, and we have to be careful with that. Oh, well, I'm finna just eat what I want. I'm tired of being mindful. I'm finna just eat what everybody else eat what they want. I'm finna eat chips, junk. Now you got high blood pressure. Now you diabetical. I know it's diabetic, right? Now you diabetical. Now you got gout in your foot. Now you eat what you want and you don't go to the dentist. Your teeth is bad, which I got 3 cavities now that I need to go get fixed. but I'm gonna go get them all at the same time. Right? So you have to be careful that you're not doing nothing and that's affecting your life. And you have to be careful that you're not doing too much where that is affecting your life. Because think about it. Haven't you all had experiences where people kind of like, oh, well, I'm finna do NIGGs. Y'all know what I'm saying? Like they do us. Oh, well, men act like they don't care. Okay, women finna boss up. We acting like we don't care either. Now you got two species that are fighting against each other instead of fighting together. Oh, well, my mama, my sister, my cousin, my BFF want to talk slick to me. I'm finna talk slick to them. You gotta be careful. Right? Oh, well, I'm so independent. I don't need nobody. You got to be careful with that. So everything isn't always doomsday. Sometimes we could be doing too much, and the way our brain processes things could be a little bit overzealous, and that can also hinder us. So have a transparent conversation with yourself. And don't just do this right now because I'm mentioning it, but do a check-in with yourself and just be, I'm telling y'all, when you are honest with God, and honesty doesn't mean that he doesn't already know. Honesty with God is you also coming into of awareness of where you're at. And don't let shame keep you muzzled. Oh, God, I shop too much. Oh, God, I'm too lazy because I get just so tired because I'm just so overwhelmed with life. Oh, God, I'm tired of being broke. So therefore, I'm not even going to come up with a game plan to do nothing, to do anything better to get myself out this situation. I'm going to just sit around and wait on you. So sometimes when we're verbalizing the truth about ourselves, as uncomfortable and challenging as it can be at times, it's necessary. Because see, the devil wants you to remain in the dark. The devil wants you to lie to yourself. He wants you to live a false truth. I've talked about that before. See, the devil wants you to ignore it. The devil wants you to put it to the wayside. The devil wants you to act like, well, it's really not that big of a deal because my issue is not as big as so-and-so. He wants you to compare. He wants you to minimize. Or like I said, the opposite. He wants you to overdo it. OD. He wants you to OD it like, yeah. Keep neglecting yourself. Keep not caring. Keep saying, oh, well. Keep saying, oh, well, I got one life to live. I'm finna just do me, not consider God. Sometimes I'm going to consider him. Sometimes I'm not. Oh, well. That's the trick of the enemy. The Bible says, I am the truth. And the truth shall and will set you free. Think about that. Sometimes we run from the truth. Sometimes we're afraid of the truth because we think we're going to be further punished. But see, you can only be further punished when you deal with man. But when you are in God and you deal with it in the spirit and you are transparent with your Father, he's the only person that says, I'm the only person you can come to that you can give me the raw, naked, disgusting truth and I'll set you free. He the only person that can do that. See, we try to tell other people the truth. Child, they get mad. They hold it against us. They pretend like, well, if you just was honest with me. No, if we really honest in our flesh, we don't want nobody to be honest with us. Well, if you just would have told me, I probably would have. No, you wouldn't, because you would have got mad first, right? Because we're in the flesh. That's what the flesh does. It's not often where the flesh wants to be. The flesh doesn't have the ability to be mature, especially at all times. But it's only in Christ that you could be like, God, I got an addiction. God, I watch too much porn. God, I be lying. God, I be stealing. God, I spend too much money. God, I'm so negative. God, I'm too hard on myself. God, I'm sabotaging relationships. God, I be trying to hurt myself in private, and I'm not gloating about that. God, I be ripping myself to shreds. God, I got low self-esteem. God, I think I'm worthless. God, I just accept anything from a man or from a woman. God, I just let my family treat me any kind of way. God, I just let people talk to me any kind of way because I ain't got no self-worth. God, I think I'm ugly. I think I'm fat. I think I'm too skinny. I think my nose too big. I think my nails too long. My nail beds is messed up. God, my earlobes stick out. It don't matter. God, my feet stink. God, my pH is off. God, I'm bad with money. God, I don't have no money. God, I'm sick of these kids. God, I hate folks around me. God, I got trust issues. God, I look to manipulate people. God, I utilize sex to cope. God, I'm popping pills. God, I be going to church and I be faking. God, I be faking with you. So what am I saying? What am I saying? Just be honest with him. Because he's the only person that you can be honest and he can set you free. See, all that stuff I just named, let you tell, and I'm not saying everybody, so I'm saying this loosely. Let you tell somebody that, oh my goodness, you struggle with porn. Oh my goodness, you pop pills. Oh my goodness, you're a liar and a manipulator. Guess what people gonna say? Stay away from them. Let me clutch my purse because I heard you steal. And I get it. But it's only in Christ where you can be so transparent and he doesn't get afraid. He doesn't back up. He doesn't judge you. He doesn't try to make you jump over hoops to even be qualified to be in his life, a part of his life, a part of who he is, a part of the miracles, the blessings. It's only God that can do you like that. That's why I'm telling you. And I'm not saying it's to hide stuff from your friends or from, I don't know why I'm taking my seatbelt off. To hide stuff from your friends and your family, your spouses or whoever. But start being honest with yourself first in the presence of God. And see, don't he answer you? See, don't he start lifting that weight and that burden off your shoulders? See, don't he start giving you strategies on how to overcome that? See, don't he start giving you what to do to be delivered, to start to break them strongholds, them soul ties. And I know that we only think about soul ties when we're thinking about sleeping with people. But you can have a stronghold and a soul tie to things, money, drugs, sex, manipulation, right? But it's only in him where you can be transparent and he's going to accept you no matter what. Watch this. He's even going to accept you while you're in the process of getting it together. He's not going to put a stipulation on you. You do this next week by 5 or else it's doomsday. He going to watch you continue to make the mistake and still show up and say, but I'm here to just set you free. Hey, I'm not here to keep telling you, you back saying, forgive me again for that. You back saying, God, if you get me out of this, he's saying, but I'm here to set you free. He's the only God that'll keep allowing you to make a mistake and you have to hear me by the Spirit and still say, but I'm still here. I desire that you be free. I desire that you be whole. I desire you build up your self-esteem. I desire that you realize there's better for you. There's greater for you. There's more for you. I'm not holding you to yesterday or last week. I don't care that you said, God, forgive me for what I'm getting ready to go do. I'm going to be right here. Why? Because the Bible says, I will never leave you nor forsake you. And I think a lot of the times we have a hard time with things because we view God as the way man does us. But he don't do you like that. God will sit back, know you getting ready to go sin. He know you getting ready to go sin and go make a mistake or however you want to put it before you even know. He gonna be right there in the car with you. He gonna be right there while them thumbs is texting. He gonna be right there while them thoughts is running. He will never leave you nor forsake you. Yea, though I walk through the valley of shadow of death. Can you imagine walking in a valley and death is around? But it says, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. It's only God that can do that. So don't be ashamed. Don't be embarrassed. Don't beat yourself up. But be honest and be transparent and be set free. And watch this. Set free doesn't mean tomorrow. Some of us in some areas, it may mean that. Some of us, it may mean next week. Some of us, it may mean next month. But don't allow the things that you do to make you say, I got to stay out of God's presence because I can't believe he finna be like, are you serious? No. Let that pull you back into his presence and watch how his unconditional love change your heart, change your mind, change you spiritually, change you mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. Just watch. Because let me tell you something. Come here. Come here. Can y'all hear me? Let me tell y'all a secret. Hey, I'm trying to tell somebody a secret. Y'all too loud. Watch this. You ain't gonna never always get it all right. When you cross off and you reach your milestone, it's gonna be something else that the devil's gonna try to tempt you with, whether it's mentally, physically, emotionally, or spiritually. So pat yourself on the back when you get it right. And when you get it wrong, don't worry. Just get back in the presence of God. Because he's never looking for you to be perfect. He's just looking for you to yield. He's just looking for you to talk to him. He's just looking for you to come to him. You ain't got to be embarrassed in the presence of God. Because in the presence of God, there's freedom. There's safety. There's comfort. There's security. How can you compete with that? I love y'all. Listen, make sure y'all share my YouTube with somebody. You know, you can click when I post videos, and this is not about you trying to send a video to somebody like, oh, they need to hear this, but just hit that little share link underneath the video, and just it'll pop up where you could either send it to them in an email, send it to them via text message, send it to them, or you can copy the link, put it in somebody's DM, put it in somebody's Facebook Messenger, but share it with somebody, because you don't know who may need to hear this. You know how I know? Because when I'm talking to y'all, I'm talking to me. That's the crazy part. I need to hear this. I just utilize the camera to share my thoughts with y'all, to share the private things that I may be thinking about, that I may be dealing with, that may just come across my mind, or something from my past may creep up, and I just may articulate certain things to just give me strength, to remind me. I'll start a group chat with a couple people and say, hey, y'all, we gonna tap into these videos once a week. And start your own little group where y'all dialogue about it, where you may talk about it. I'm getting my book wrapped up, so that's going to be coming soon. If you know anybody, or if you need any type of one-on-one, you can send me a message on my social media, on my Instagram. You can do that, or go to my Facebook and message me. I love y'all. We'll talk soon.